Hey guys, Jay here. So, before I get into the actual video portion of this, um, you'll notice a couple things. One, fan is on. You might hear it. I don't know. Whatever. Hot as shit in here, so I decided to keep the fan on. And two is my voice. We were in karaoke on Saturday night, and of the Saturday night of the convention, and my friend was up doing Power Rangers, and then somebody else was doing Frozen. Let It Go. And we were kind of screaming the songs really loud because it was fun. Yeah, so my voice is kind of shot from that. And it hasn't really gone back yet. It's probably going to be a couple days, and I want to get this done before Saturday. I don't know. Anyway, so let's get on with the video. Alright, so to start, I don't really have to review anything, honestly, because I like Sakuracon. It's one of my favorite cons. The only problems that I could tell were the staff for the lines, for the autograph lines, were bad. I'm not going to really go into detail, I guess, because there's really nothing I can do about it, and, you know, they're not going to do anything about it. But they were just not helpful, basically. They pointed us in the wrong direction once. Another time we kept getting cut in front of, and they were getting their signatures and we weren't, and they weren't doing anything about it until we bitched about it, basically. That kind of stuff. Anyway, so we're gonna get on to things like things I bought and things I got signed, basically. Because there's nothing else I really have to say. The rest of the convention was fine. So to start off, we're gonna go with the figures that I bought. I bought 4 figures and spent like $260 because one of them was $150. So we're gonna go maybe with this one. Okay, so I'm saving the best one for last, my favorite one. You'll see why. You'll see why. It goes up there. And all this stuff's gonna get moved eventually too. So don't get used to this. Anyway, so the first one is this Figma that I bought, and it is a Yui Hirasawa Figma, obviously from K-On! And if you know me, you know K-On! Is my favorite, so... but this one's pretty awesome. I like that they have her with a guitar chord hand. They have like 2 different hands that have different guitar chords. Like this one is like any major chord basically, or it could be a minor chord depending on how you place her fingers. But like, because you can't really tell what her middle finger is doing exactly. But it could be either. But it's a power chord basically. The other one is an F chord shape, so it's like that. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, so that's one figure, and then the other 2 that go together, and then the one that's the favorite. The 2 that go together. So I got these 2 here, and it's obviously Haruhi Suzumiya and Mikuru Asahina. And they're just these little bunny girl costume ones. They're pretty cool. I don't know. I really like them. They're amusing the shit out of me. This one especially because of the microphone. The microphone does come off, and it's not like in place by anything other than her fingers. So I have to be really careful. But anyway, the one that I really like, and you'll understand why now, was Neptune. And obviously, Neptunia stuff is my shit. So I got this awesome Neptunia figure, and she did come with like an interchangeable arm. You can take this arm off at the sleeve. There's another one, and then her face, you can take her hair off on both sides and her head pops off. You can put another head on and put the hair back on. But yeah, so those are the 4 figures that I bought. Then we're gonna move on to the stuff that I got signed, so I'll be right back with that. Alright, so I actually forgot that I did buy 2 other things. And so I'm going to show you those actually. So the first one is this Haruhi bag that I bought. And I mean, if it isn't obvious, I like Haruhi. Now, she's next to herself. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, Haruhi bag. So that's awesome. So that was like $30. And oh, this is funny. I didn't even notice the sticker down here on this one. Man, I wish I could have got it for this much. It says $0. It says $0.00. Wish I could have paid that much, but no. It actually says 30 right next to it. It has 13 and then 30 next to that. Whatever. Anyway, but this is in my vlog. But I did buy this. And yes, it does just look like a lunch pail, but it's actually the game. And it comes with So it comes with the game, art, a CD, an art book, and a smaller lunch pail inside it. It's hard to see that one because of the shine, but it's light blue, so there's that. Anyway, but put all this stuff back. But this is Hyperdimension Neptunia V for PS3, and the funny thing is there's actually a story to this. The place I got it from was a used store. Like they sell used games and things like that. And they also had like a bin of like Yu-Gi-Oh cards and stuff like that, you know, whatever. But they buy used games and stuff. So they actually had the game itself sealed still. Like someone gave them a sealed copy that was never opened. And that was only $50. So I was like, I'm buying that. And then they're like, well, do you want this brand new copy that's not open for $50? Or do you want this other copy that's limited edition, but it's used, but it's $30? I was like, oh, well, show me make sure, let me see the discs, make sure that the CD and the game aren't scratched. You got a deal. So he showed me, I got to look at them and stuff, and there wasn't even fingerprints on them. Nobody touched them. So I was like, has this even been played? Yeah, so it's in pretty damn good condition. So I was like, yes, I'm buying this now. So there was that. Anyway, two things that I wasn't able to get signed though. Let me get to them. I totally put these in the wrong order. And that was these two right here, Mega Dimension Neptunia V2 and the art book to Blonde vs. Zombies. We were only able to get one signed for things like that. So I didn't have a choice. I couldn't get either of these signed. So that really sucked. But I did get other stuff. So let's move on to the things that I did get signed. So to get the big stuff out of the way, if you guys remember, I did bring Haruhi Suzumiya. So one other thing I actually didn't get signed was Season 2 of Haruhi Suzumiya. Johnny Young Bosch only was doing one signing, and he was only doing one autograph per thing. And the only other things he would do autographs for was if you bought a print that he had, he would sign it. But you couldn't like pay for another signature, so you could only get one signature on one personal item. So that really sucked. But he did sign the bottom of the top of this. This is the top side. Top side. I gave it to him this way and was wanting him to write it like facing that way so that I could set this up. But oh well, not a big deal. Yeah, and there's nothing in it. I actually was able to fit everything in it. It was pretty funny. Most of my stuff I could fit in there to bring. Anyway, so we're gonna move on. God, wrong order. Damn, I'm really good at this. The next things I'm gonna do are Patrick sites. So we went into a signing that was Patrick Seitz, Erica Mendez, and Erica Lindbeck, which was really cool. I don't know how that happened, but whatever. And I got him to sign Blaze Blue as Ragna, and that was really awesome. So I'm glad I got that signed. I actually just got Atlas into it. We played it last night when he was here. Today's Monday. He was here Sunday night. We took him to the train station this morning. Yeah, it was awesome. We were really digging the game. We're totally going to cosplay from it now. He's just got to find a character he likes, and I got to find a character I like. We totally want to do it now. And then we saw him again on Sunday because he was only doing one item and then a print. So Atlas can only get one season of Erieka signed, Erieka 7. So we had to go back again. So I was like, well, I'm going back. I might as well bring another game. And the funny thing was, it was in his bag and I didn't know it, and I thought I forgot it. Like I thought I put it away somewhere else, and I thought I didn't bring it with me, but it was with him, and that's why it wasn't with me. So it was pretty awesome. So it's like, oh, cool. Good thing you looked in your bag to grab your stuff to get it out to see which one you needed signed, because it just happened to be in there. So he signed it as Frederick Chopin, and yeah, he put his name and then put Chopin rather than Frederick. Because that's what people most know him by, is his last name as a composer. So anyway, like I said before though, he really played that. It's really good. Then we're going to move on to well, we got Erica Lindbeck in that same thing, and then Christine Marie Cabanos. So let's just do these two since they're right here. I do have 3 prints, well, 3 things in sleeves. So first we're going to go with the Super Dimension Neptune versus Sega Hard Girls. And so now you'll notice there's two signatures on it. Obviously, you can see Christine Mercabanos as Nepgear, even though she's not on the cover. But, I mean, neither is Erica Lindbeck, but she signed it up here anyway. She was pretty happy that I brought this, but she was like, where do you want me to sign? I'm not on the cover. I was like, anywhere, I don't really care, just not over a character's face probably. And so she signed it up there. And I told Christine, sign anywhere, and she's like, oh, over Neptune. And just did it over Neptune. So it was awesome. Christine is amazing. You should see things that she's in. She's one of my favorites, so I've met her. This is the third time now. It's pretty awesome. This is the third time for Patrick, too. It was awesome. I made Patrick's side today, actually. He even told me, well, I mean, he was probably just saying it, but, I mean, it was the thought that counts, right? You know, he was like, when I brought him Eternal Sonata, he was like, most people don't even know that that's me, because he uses a slightly different voice for it. And it doesn't really sound like him too much, and it's not one of his types of characters that he plays. So I was like, he's like, I'm amazed you even knew that was me. I was like, what are you talking about? You're like one of my favorite male voice actors. And so, like, he lit up with that. That was really awesome. He really appreciated that. So, you know, it was cool. I was like, I've seen you. I was like, I try to see you every time you come up here. And he's like, oh, well, that's awesome. He's like, thank you. You know, he was very grateful for that. But anyway, then I have Hyperdimension Neptunia, the animation. And I already have it signed. I've said this a billion times before. But, yeah, now Christine's on there. On the bottom there is Nepgear. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully I can get that signed by more people. I don't know, though. But anyway, let's move on to the prints that I got, and I'll reorder these back to the order they were in. I did another video earlier, and I realized it was like 30 minutes, so I had to do this quicker. So if you notice I'm talking fast, that's on purpose. So this first one, when we were in the line with Patrick and both Erica's, I also got Erica Mendez to sign my Yuki unit is a hero page. This is the cover of a calendar. As you can see, there's a calendar on there. I got this in 2015 when they brought the Japanese voice actresses because they were doing. They premiered the dub here in Washington in Sakuracon. That was the premiere of the dub, which was really awesome. But they had the Japanese cast, and you couldn't have them sign anything unless you bought the collector's edition of the anime for $70. I had 50. I was like, hey, can you run back and grab $20? And my friend ran and got $20. Came back, and we're 5 minutes late. So they had already closed, and they was like, we can't, sorry, you know. And so I missed it, and it really sucked. But I'm glad I got this signed by Erica. That's pretty cool. I don't really know many of the other voice actors in this. They're all kind of newer. So that's kind of cool, though, but hopefully I meet them, too. Anyway, and then we went to Christopher Sabat on Friday, and, I guess I didn't tell you. We got the Dragon Ball Z picture signed that I had, the poster I had signed, and he was also selling prints. So he had a Majin Vegeta print that I bought and gave that to my stepdad as well. But then on Sunday we saw him again, and he was with Patrick Seitz for the second signing for Patrick. And I bought this. Technically this is the back side, but I liked this more than the front side, so I got this side signed. He was very confused at why I wanted the back signed, but I was like, this is you. I want you to sign you. You know, I was like, that's even better. I was like, that's not a character, that's you. That's way better. It's almost like a headshot. You know, he's like, oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's not, I was like, I like that. He's like, I like that reasoning. So he signed that. That's Christopher Sabat. That was pretty awesome. I don't know what the hell it says down here, so that's kind of confusing. But whatever. Anyway, and then for Christine Marie Cabanos, she was the only one who signed 2 items, honestly. She was the only one that I got to go to who signed 2 items. And then you could buy a print. So as you noticed, I had 2 items, the book and the anime that she signed. And then you could buy a print from her, and she would buy however many prints you bought. And so Atlas and I both bought the same print, and obviously it's a K-On! Print, and she signed as Azusa over Azusa. So I'm going to try and get this signed by the rest of them too. This is going on the wall. And I am, like I believe I said it in this video, I'm changing everything back there, so there will be a K-On! Spot again, like there used to be, because I want to put that back up there and buy more of that stuff. Anyway, so the last thing I want to talk about is actually the videos that we're making. because that's kind of important. So the interviews, I put it out on Twitter, so if you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen it. All but like 2 people canceled on me. And 2 people don't really make for a good video for interviews. And then everybody else that I was asking, like I was asking people, hey, we're doing interviews. Is this something you want to be part of? You know, explaining what was going on, everything like that. Nobody was comfortable with doing it. Maybe I was asking all the wrong people, but I was trying to get people with like flashy costumes, you know, big armor or really awesome looking, you know, something that like draws attention to the interview. So people, you know, you gotta get views, right? It's not clickbait. You gotta get views. So I tried to go to the people who seemed like they would be the most willing, I guess, to help out, because if they're in the big flashy costumes, they know they're going to get attention, so they're okay with it. They're more okay with their body. They're more, you know, they're more okay with people looking at them and talking about them and talking to them, you know, things like that. They're more social because they know they're going to be talked to a lot more. So those are the people who would more likely say yes to an interview, but none of them did. So that really sucked, and it was really disheartening, and it like just made myself, it just made me like just drop, and I was like, no, this is dumb. I'm done. I give up on these. And it was like Saturday, and we didn't get a single person saying yes. So I was like, there's no way, this is not happening. Screw it. We're not doing these anymore. I'm not trying to do this ever again. So screw it, basically. And then there were other videos that I was going to do, but those didn't happen either for the same exact reason. Not the cancel reason, but the nobody wanted to do it reason. Nobody was comfortable. It was going to be things cosplayers say at conventions, and it was going to be things like shuffling around. Do you have a wig cap? I misplaced my wig cap. How's my makeup look? Things like that. Things that a cosplayer would say at a convention that are like, it's a comedy video. And then it was going to be, the other one was going to be things non-cosplayers say to cosplayers. So like, the funny one that I came up with for that one of them was like, so is that like a Pokemans? You know, like someone who's not into it says Pokemans. Or like, is that a furry? Or are you a furry or something when you're not? Or like, what's going on here? Is there an event happening? You know, things like that. And I was going to be the person saying that stuff out of costume, so it would look like a non-cosplayer. But that didn't happen. Nobody wanted to do that one either. And then the third one we couldn't do. This was the con's fault, sort of. I don't blame them at all. I mean, I'm saying that more as a comedy thing, more that it's just funny that it just so happens to be this way. It was going to be tips and tricks for selling in the artist alley, so that was going to be tips, like a tip video. They moved the artist alley. I didn't even know until like day 2. I could have sworn the artist alley was there, and I was like, wait a minute, where'd it go? I was like, where's the artist alley? I don't see it. Apparently they moved it to another building. I didn't find it at all. I had no idea where it was. I mean, I could have asked, I guess, but it was too late by that point. I was like, oh, well, never mind. I guess I'm not going. And it was kind of out of the way, so whatever. But anyway, I do have 2 other videos though that are coming out, as well as 3 vlogs. So there's gonna be 3 vlog videos coming out. They're kind of weird, so bear with me because I'm new to vlogging, like actual vlogging, like outside. So I'm not used to it, so they're kind of cringy and not very great. But there's something, at least they're a start. And then the other one, there's 2, and they're both they're 5 more tips, 5 more tips for conventions and 5 more tips for cosplay beginners. So they're the random tips type thing, which is kind of a lot of random tips. So those videos are going to come out too, eventually here. And then I have 4 unboxing videos for those figures, obviously. So be on the lookout for those when they come out. If you want to get notified when they come out, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell to get notified when they come out. Until then, I will see you guys later.